I have to admit, I was late to the Apple Watch party. I stopped wearing a watch when I got a smartphone. I had the time in my pocket. It felt like it was redundant. But this is my Apple Watch Series 7 that I got from my wife on our wedding night, or the night before our wedding, because she told me I could not be late to our wedding. I'm chronically 10 to 15 minutes late to everything. Couldn't be late to my own wedding. It even says, Lee, pace yourself on the side there. She had it engraved for me. It's the stainless steel model. It fast charges. It's the first year that they started fast charging. This thing goes from like 0 to 100 in like 35 minutes. So I basically just charge it while I eat breakfast, take a shower, brush my teeth, and that gets me through pretty much a whole day, 24 hours, maybe like 20 hours if I do a good bike ride workout or a long walk. But I am coming up on 4 years of this thing, and the battery is starting to wane, not quite making it the whole day the way I used to, and I want something more. And I think that's kind of the biggest complaint for the Apple Watch for most people. So for the last week, I've been testing out this. This is the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 5. And only just a couple of days after picking this up, they announced that the Redmi Watch 6 is coming. But I've been wearing this alongside with my Apple Watch to kind of compare how it stacks up. I'm borrowing this watch from Gilbert, and he actually got this one in China. So there are some quirks that I'm experiencing that I don't think you would experience if you picked up a global version in the Western market. Yeah, I'm just dealing with a couple of quirks that I don't think would be a problem if you bought it outside of China. My TLDR is, if you want a watch that tracks health and workout stuff, and you just want better battery life, this might be the watch for you, but you are going to miss out on a lot of the integrations between the Apple Watch and iPhone if you're really into other notifications and social aspects of the watch. Now, my Apple Watch, after wearing it for a day, is at 28%, and this Xiaomi Redmi Watch 5 is at 37%, but the kicker is I haven't charged this watch in 5 days. I've charged it up to 100. I turn on a bunch of functions that the watch warned me, like, you're going to drain the battery faster if you have this on. And it still has lasted 5 days. What is that? 63% has been used. That's it. But I turned on a bunch of functions like stress tracking. I told it to track my stress, track my sleep. I do have an always on display during the day. It's nighttime now. But it will keep the time up during the day. Oh yeah, it's a double tap to bring the screen back up after putting it to sleep. And I also had, what was the other thing I was tracking that, there was one other tracking thing I turned on that was like, hey, you're gonna use my battery if I do this. And I was like, sure, go for it. Let's really stress this thing out. And it's been great on battery life. It's fantastic. I take it off when I shower, but it does have, the other thing I have on is raise to wake during the day. Now it's after 10 p.m., so it doesn't raise to wake right now, so I'd have to double tap the screen to bring it up. But that was the other option that I turned on. That was like, you're gonna burn your battery, but I've barely been going over 10% per day with this thing, and the battery life is quoted at 12 hours, and I think that's assuming you don't turn those things on, but I did because I want them, and it's still been fantastic battery life. I have the screen set to turn off after 30 seconds too, and normally it would go to an always on display during the day. It would just be the time, but it's after 10 p.m., so it's going black. This has been a very, very nice watch. It's slim. I think it's as slim as some of the newer Series 10 and on Apple Watches. It is a little kind of plasticky on the underside, whereas the Apple Watch is much more glassy. It doesn't feel all that cheap to me, though. The watch offers workout tracking with a ton of different things that you can do. I'm mostly a walking, bike riding, and during the summer pool swimming, but it's a little too cold. I haven't taken this in a pool, but there are more. There's more stuff. There's all kinds of stuff in here to work out, and it's pretty pretty accurate. I know like Marquez Brownlee has talked about the Apple Watch, and he's like, it's not the most accurate, but it's consistently not accurate. So he can kind of track, what his workout stats have been throughout his sports and working out and stuff. But this has been a pretty good tracker. I've taken it on a couple walks, and it's my sister's birthday. We'll talk about notifications just a sec. Plus, this watch can connect to A&T, or is it Ant products. So if you have other workout tracking accessories, this should be able to connect to them just fine and capture that data. And the big thing that I really like about it is that the Redmi, the Mi Fitness app, does sync to Apple Health. So if you've already had an Apple Watch and have a bunch of health data, you can switch over to this watch and still continue to keep that information in the Apple Health app. So it pushes it ahead. And then if you use Strava, you can collect the data on the watch, push it to Apple Health, and then from Apple Health, push it to Strava. But I'm not like a hardcore workout guy, so I'm not really the best at it. I just want to track my progress. And this does basically as good as the Apple Watch does for me. It's probably better, but like it at least is good, so it's good enough for me. Hi, Alan. What are you doing? Don't go in there. In terms of connectivity, I don't think this Chinese region watch can connect to Western cellular systems, and because it's a loaner, I haven't even tried. I want to say the global version can connect to like US cellular services, but I'm not 100% sure. You need to do a little more research on that. But if you are a person who likes to take their watch on their run and no other devices, you don't like to take your phone, you only want to take your watch, this might not be the product for you. But for me, I usually bring my phone anyway, so it was fine. It tracks my workout better than my phone would, and I still bring my phone because I'm usually wearing these glasses and like playing something from my glasses, and I don't ever connect my glasses to my Apple Watch. It's just isn't for me. Notifications. If you like getting all of your third-party app notifications on your Apple Watch, this might not be the watch for you. I'm only getting calendar events, phone calls, and text messages. That is it. In some ways, it's been nice to pare down the notifications that I get. I kind of get too many, and I need to go in and like prune the notifications I get on my Apple Watch. But it was a little bit of a bummer because I do have the smart crib and baby monitoring stuff for the baby. I get that on my watch. It's nice in the middle of the night. I get a nice buzz notification in case the baby wakes up, and I can go take care of the baby. I'm not getting that on the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 5. But overall, it has been nice to pare down most of my other notifications that buzz my wrist. But even then, the messages aren't perfect. It doesn't do emojis for some reason, and you can't respond to them. So if you had a smartwatch back in the Pebble days, you get the notification, but then you still have to pull your phone out of your pocket to respond to them. I can't talk to Siri and have a response button. And in fact, the AI assistant built into the watch, I think it's because I have the Chinese region one. It doesn't do anything for me, and it only responds in Chinese. I tried to ask it what the weather was, and it just gave me Chinese characters that I had to take a picture and translate, and it didn't understand what I was saying. Although, when I talk to it, what's the temperature outside? It does show up in English, but yeah, it's not going to give me anything useful. And my temperature is stuck in Celsius, and my distance is set in kilometers. It asked me for my height and my weight. It was in centimeters and kilograms. I did the conversions, and now I'm kind of getting to know Celsius, like what's comfortable. But I'm just a stupid US person who likes the imperial system. I'm sorry. And then back to notifications, though. I really will miss the like competitive workouts. Like my brother finished a workout and my wife finished a workout. I can respond to them and say, you know, rocked it. And it sends them a little notification, a little encouragement, like, hey, you did a workout. I see you. I like that. I know some people find it cheesy, but I think it's pretty cool. If I switched off the Apple Watch full time, I would miss that. Which is funny because, you know, Apple originally positioned this thing as the best way to communicate. And then they kind of found that it was more of a good health and workout tracking device. But that is one of the like original, one of the early communication things built into the Apple Watch and is only on the Apple Watch that I like. Is anyone still sending their heartbeat over messages from their Apple Watch? That's fun. So in conclusion, if you're looking for a watch that has amazing battery life, like 7 to 12 days of battery life, and does good workout tracking and health tracking, but you are okay with losing or not having some of the deep integration that the Apple Watch can provide, like deep notifications, notification responding, Siri, you know, Siri, talking to Siri in 2025 is kind of a joke, but you know, there are some helpful things like sending messages and starting music or pausing music. Actually, starting music has been a little broken since iOS 26 came out, watchOS 26 came out, but that's neither here or there. But if, yeah, good battery life, good health, and workout tracking is for you, this might be the watch for you. I think I can still squeeze another year or two out of my Apple Watch Series 7. Like I said, the battery life is starting to not be as good, but it still gets me mostly through the day. And if I have to charge it for longer and not wear it at night, then that'll be okay. I do have the sleep tracking on both of them, and it seems to be okay. But I am getting tired of being told I have terrible sleep. If we look at my stats here. I get told I have terrible sleep. Wait, where was it? Oh, it was on the phone app. Look, they're telling me my sleep quality is poor. How rude. But when this watch does go completely kaput, I may consider one of these watches. And I've had a really, really nice time with this Xiaomi Redmi Watch 5. The 6 might be even better, so we'll see. When I need a new watch, is there going to be 6 or 7? We'll see what the future holds. But yeah, if you're looking for a watch, this might be a pretty good option. So if you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, like these fine folks on Patreon, check out the link in the doobly-doo, and I will see you next time. Peace.